Today we're doing something that might be an absolute first on the internet and in the built in public space. We're going to find a product name, register a website, and create a demo video for a new product idea. And all using Claude Code and AI at the core of it. So I'll share my screen and do this step by step, using MCPs in order to find the right domain, registering it, creating copy, and even creating a demo video right from the command line. I haven't done this before. This is not scripted, so let's see how it plays out. Let's go. All right, let's jump right in. Let's quickly write down the tasks that I actually need to do. Let me make this bigger. So new company, okay, new product. We have to find a domain. We have to register it. We have to deploy first landing page, and we have to do demo video. And actually, I might even do the demo video before, because we can send that around in LinkedIn DMs, etc., even before having a website live. Idea is to validate this as fast as possible, right? So let's just launch a little, wait, where am I? I hope this is big enough. Let's just launch a little Claude here. Yes, proceed. All right. For the new company, let's find domain names and add them in the list. Use instant domain search MCP in order to find available .com or .ai domains. The product is about doing analytics, free to paid, churn prevention, and stuff with AI, and write in your Slack. Give me 10 domains to choose from. Now let's get this running, and I can use this time to explain a bit more what we're doing here. So we have the very first steps of a pitch. Obviously, we already did some background work and validating this with customers. But now we're at the point where we're like, okay, I think we can really present this to the world and in a bit more broader sense. So what we're looking for obviously here is a domain name, just a name for the product. I'm not very emotional about this kind of stuff. Then we're looking to do a demo video for it that just shows the value in as short period of time as possible. So giving us a sense of how the future could look like, even if the product is not there yet, right? So I'm just trying to document as we're all figuring this out, this along the way. All right. We got 10, 11 domains back here, some interesting ones. I will now actually use Whisperflow in order to speak to Claude, so I don't always have to type here while we record. And I'll just say, hey Claude, can you use the MCP for finding like search volume? I'm not sure how it's called, in order to check which one of those have the best fit for like product analytics, improving revenue with the customers you already have through understanding behavioral patterns. Like that's the kind of vibe we're going for. And on the Slack angle, it's just one channel where we think it's easiest for people to get their analytics where they already are, and not have to wait on a data analyst to do all the work. So the idea is you're missing out on like information about the retention from last week, and you can just ask in Slack, mention the bot that we will build, and then you get your replies back right there in Slack. All right, and this Keywords Anywhere tool now understands search volume, related search terms, and does this kind of work in order to figure out what domain might be a best fit for us here. All right, we're back with the findings. It updated the today MD here, and it added some of the context on what we're building, just so we have that. I'm just going to review that to quickly see if that's correct. Behavioral analytics platform that helps SaaS companies improve revenue. I would say almost from existing customers. By understanding okay. This is smarter than I thought. It says the existing customers after. The differentiator analytics delivered in Slack. And that the AI can actually do some of the analysis for us. Revenue patterns, get instant answers about retention. Yeah, and obviously conversion from trial to paid as well as free to paid, right? So these are kind of the main use cases we've been validating with first customers. So I didn't give it the context of all the stuff we already did in the background. But I think this is interesting. Keyword research findings. Behavioral analytics is actually really big. This is a surprise to me personally. I thought product analytics would be searched for a lot more. So that's interesting. Key insight, people search for the category. Product analytics, behavioral analytics, not the delivery methods like Slack or chatbot. So lead with the category. So that's interesting and something that I think is valid. I told it to suggest one domain to register, which is productanalytics.ai. and it gives the reason why it works and the trade-offs. So it's a broad category name. All right. This is better than I expected. Well, it already marked it as registered. Let me go and register the domain then. See you in a second. I'll not videotape me buying the domain. I'll be coming back with that really quickly. All right, I actually registered that domain for 2 years. I hope that wasn't a mistake. I talked about it with my co-founder and she was fine. So, all right, we're just going with the flow here. Second step, third step, whatever, create demo video. All right, we're moving fast here. I saw this incredible demo video of an MCP usage. The idea is to use this kind of demo video creator. Wait, I can just quickly show you the demo here to see what the outcome is that we're going for, and then we'll just do it ourselves in order to see if we can get there. So on the left here, you see what they create, like kind of this cool, you know, open code plus Claude. All right, this is very sped up. Let's see what we can make happen here. But I think we want some kind of painting effect, something like, you know, like your insights, you're in Slack, you know you need some numbers, like what are the retention numbers, what are the free to paid conversion rates over time. You don't have a data analyst on staff, or he's or she's busy. Let me just type that into the Slack bot, the product analytics. Now we have a name, product analytics AI Slack bot, and then I'll get my replies, right? And so somehow we need to animate this. I have no idea how this is gonna come out. So let's just install the MCP and try our best here. All right, I Googled remotion MCP. Actually, they're running this for free right now in the test phase, which is very interesting. There's the MCP, so we don't even need auth for this, which is crazy. So let's see if this works. So the craziest thing is I copied this, pasted it into Claude Code, and it can like install itself. That's still the funkiest thing ever. I just need to restart Claude in order to get it live. So if we do MCP list right now, we'll see Firecrawl. It's the okay, remotion documentation over there. Interesting. So it's more of a documentation thing. Let me see. So we can now rename this window, by the way, product analytics.ai. And okay, now we have the MCP available. Let's see what we actually need to do to get this video live. And just to kind of share how I'm addressing these things by now is we are on the do demo video task right now, right? And so we are trying remotion. So let's just speak to Claude here again. All right, we installed the remotion MCP, and as far as I know, what we can do is we can do some animated web-based video for this. We'd like a demo video. So in the Today MD, what we should do is we should kind of draft out very, very high-level steps of what we want to see. I would like a very mini hero's journey of a person, like a screen, right? Like a person looking at a screen. We don't need the person, but the screen is like a Slack message from the boss comes in and it's like, what are the retention numbers from last week? Then we go into like the, oh no, I need to figure this out. And then in the Slack thread, the person types, so probably we see the cursor and then them typing at product analytics AI bot. Can you help me here? And then it taking a little bit of time and then the response coming right there in the Slack, right? Like, hey, the retention numbers from last week are right here. And this is how they benchmark against the week before, for example. So let's understand how this MCP works, and let's create a very high level outline of how this video could look like based on what this MCP allows us to do. All right, so it created the demo video outline for remotion. It read the documentation for how remotion works. We want 15-20 seconds. That looks good. Apparently, this is how you do this. It's a React-based system to create animations, which is really cool. I'm excited to see what it comes out with. It read all the documentation, then it did the copy. So this would be where I would review now. Very short and crisp here. What are the retention numbers from last week is what the boss writes. Then the user says, hey, product analytics, can you help me here? And maybe we want like AI here or something, because that's our domain. Bot response, last week's retention number. Okay. Well, this would be very tight and minimal. Like this would be easy to parse, not too much text. Let's see if we can get something going here. So what I would do next here, and I'll just share like how I actually work on this, is, all right, cool. That sounds like we have quite some work to do in order to get this demo video live. Let's keep it lean and just do a first very visually minimal version where the key interactions of the story are being told. In a subfolder here, we should probably set up this video, React-based video tool. And I'm still forgetting the name. I think it's remotion. It's crazy. And then create a task list. And this is a thing I always do, is how to create a task list. I have my own skill for this. I called it Jumpy Code skill. It's also on my GitHub, and it's just a way to work with task lists. It's very, very, very useful to work like this if the tasks get more complex, that you don't want to overbear one thread on them, and you need documentation of where what happens and where to do what. Also, if you want to parallelize work with sub-agents, we might get to that in a second here. So let me just quickly answer the questions that the agent here asked, the clarifying questions. In which folder do we want it? Yes, sounds good. The output format, remotion project is okay. And the visual style. Now, I mean, I think it should look like Slack, but we don't need like high fidelity in the whole design. Maybe we can just do like a push notification that can almost be like a generic style inspired by a Slack push notification. All right, so this Jumpy Code skill, how to create a task list, has a few steps. It asks follow-up questions. I just answered them. I review the parent tasks it identifies. I say that looks good. I press go. It creates detailed subtasks on what to do under each step. So I'll just let it cook here and then come back to you with the actual setting up of the remotion. All right, let me just quickly walk you through the list it created. So this is the kind of lists I work with all day. These tasks, these skills around the tasks help me to make them look the same. So there's always some context, there's a quick brief, there's relevant files mentions, and then notes. Then we have tasks here with subtasks. This is what I mentioned. It asked me first about the general structure. I gave it some feedback. It created subtasks. Now this task list is now all to create a demo video using the remotion MCP and using this very minimal hero's journey that hopefully clarifies why this pitch here, why this product that we're building is valuable for product teams and founders. Now, it's working through this list now. I have another skill called how to work task lists that makes sure that the thread doesn't overload itself. So basically, it doesn't take on all tasks at once and then kind of, gets lost in the weeds or loses track or runs out of context, but rather we're working through these step by step by step. This slows me down in the sense that I need to review and continue more often, but it gives me also checkpoints. So the AI doesn't just run off and does things that I don't want it to. So I'll link the skill in my GitHub link down below, so you can use it in case that it sounds useful to you. Okay, let it run for quite a bit here. Let's look at what it's done. It started to serve at localhost and 4 times 3. Let's just go here. All right. Wow, this is the first time I am looking at this program and looking at the results. So let's just see. It did a square shape. Interesting. There's a message coming in from Slack. All right. Interesting. Okay, it's overwriting this. Last week's. All right. Not at all what I was expecting. Let me review that and see what we can do with that. Okay. I like that it built the elements. Okay, Claude, I like the direction, and I think the elements with the animations and stuff look good. It's just that they slide in from the left. They only take up the half screen, and that looks really odd, and they also overlay each other. So what we should probably do is have them in like more of a rectangular shape, the messages coming in, and them like taking center of the screen, and then coming in maybe from the bottom and sliding off the top, and then the next message coming in from the bottom, right? So that we have these scenes all in the center of the screen where we say notification comes in and then person types and then response is being generated and response is shown, right? I think there's 4 screens here. So we would like them all in center screen, quite big, quite visual. I like the style overall and the animation, but we need to work on the positioning and way they fade in and fade out of screen. Let's create an additional task for this and work through it using how to work task list. All right, let's see what it comes up with. Here you can see that it actually keeps editing the task list as well as checking off the tasks that it's done. So that's a really good way of keeping track as well of what has been done before. So if you ever have to start a new thread, use a different model, etc., you can actually just mention this file in order to have condensed context on what you've done. So let's let it cook for another 2 minutes, and then I actually have to get up to another sales call. So I thought I'd record this quickly. This was more fun than I expected. Let's see if we can get the demo video done within that time frame. Hey, I pasted another screenshot. The messages are overlaying again. Can we just give the messages like a fixed height so they're always the same, so we are able to stack them on top of each other without them overlapping? And anyone who thinks this is useless, wow. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm going to think deeply about the copy, about the exact presentation. We're going to talk to our early adopters and pilot customers again to see like what is the actual value driver, right? All these things we need to do, and maybe in a future video we will do the landing page together. But do I want to build animations? No. Does it matter to tell a story whether or not we have like the absolute sexiest animations or not? Also no. We want to get across here this particular moment that I've had so many times as a product manager, which is like, I need data now. There's 18,000 dashboards in post hoc amplitude or whatever. Okay, let's give it a yes here. And that's the problem, right? And we're trying to give a sense of how we're trying to respond to that problem, how we're going to try to help with AI to, okay. So, all right, it has very tall boxes. It's trying to fade them in, and now the fourth box won't fit. Oh, it replaces it. That's half. Okay. I mean, could be a lot worse, the outcome here. Now, obviously, I can make the boxes smaller. I can obviously add additional storytelling before and after. All right. Okay, cool. I'll leave it at that. Jump into my next call. Hope that was helpful. That was remotion MCP. I can leave the links for this. And by the way, if you have any questions around any of these things and how I do them, just let me know in DMs or in comments. So that was remotion MCP in order to do the video. There was Keywords Anywhere MCP. That's a paid access one. It's pretty cheap in order to get keyword data. Instant Domain Search MCP to find the domain URL. That is also free, and you don't need authentication for that. And was there anything else? Well, the GOAT skill, the skill set in order to run task lists that kind of stay on task for the AI. All right, so that's what we could cover today. No idea how long this will be. Hope it provided some value, and well, happy building in these crazy times. See you in the next one.